Linda from San Diego says, for Oahu, how difficult or expensive is it to get flood and hurricane insurance? In California, companies have been canceling homeowners policies because of recent fires. Scott, do you have any sense of what's going on with hurricane and flood insurance on Oahu?
Well, if you get a loan, the lender is going to require hurricane insurance. So you can get it here, and you can actually get it in a couple of different kind of a la carte packages, from where you have housing replacement. If something happens, the insurance company will pay for you to have housing somewhere. They'll put you up somewhere, or you can go bare bones with some things. But no, it's required by the lender. We haven't had issues. We had some issues a couple of years ago. I want to say it was around the Katrina timeframe where we had some tightening up of the hurricane insurance, and they were making people retrofit older single wall construction homes with hurricane clips in order to be able to get that insurance. Flood insurance, same thing. I mean, that's through FEMA. And then if you, but the structure's only insured for up to 250,000 max and 100,000 for personal property. So then if you wanted a supplementary policy, you got to go to Lloyd's of London, but very few people do that.
So I'm hearing from you, the headline is there should be no problem in getting flood or hurricane insurance.
Correct.
Okay, great.
And it's not super expensive. It shouldn't be. Let me clarify that. Hurricane insurance is part of your homeowner's policy. On average, is going to run you $1,500 to $2,000 a year, unless you got like a multi-million-dollar home. Flood insurance, on the other hand, you do want to get a specific quote for if you're looking at a house that is along the coastline or in some type of floodplain, because that can be significantly more expensive, $5,000 to $10,000 a year, depending on what zone you're in. So definitely something you want to explore, and you want in your home search, you want to make sure the first thing I look at when I am sending somebody a list of homes to look at is the lava zone and the flood zone, to see if there's any additional costs that they're going to have to incur if they do purchase that home.
Now, there's something that you don't get to worry. You don't have to worry about on the mainland as being in a lava zone. Lava zone. That's something new.
Yeah, and actually that's a common misconception. Also, is that people ask, can you get lava insurance? And there's really no such thing as lava insurance. There's they call it all other perils insurance that you can get, which does cover basically all other perils, a meteor falling from space and smashing your home. So that's something that is an additional cost. It's not a huge additional cost, but when you hear the horror stories about people who lost their homes to lava, a lot of times they were offered that it's an optional service and they declined it. And from the insurance agents that I've spoken to here that I know and trust, they said pretty much no questions asked. If you had the right coverages, you were paid out immediately if you lost your home. It was folks that kind of went cheap on their insurance and didn't have the right coverages where they had issues. So Excellent. It's something that people don't do, but just word of advice, look closely at your insurance policy wherever you are, not just here or in America. Make sure you really sit down with your insurance agent and understand what your insurance covers, because it can be very tricky and it can be very complicated. And you just want to make sure that you're not skimping on $100 or $200 a year and potentially losing out on, your life savings in your home if something happens and you weren't covered for it.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add in my 2 cents in that. You want to be doing that. You want to go through that process before something strikes, before a storm. You want to do before, yes. Not afterwards when you're kind of trying to figure out what you're qualifying for. Okay, we got to...